Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Hill, and I'm here to talk about the third and final major written assignment for the Dynamics of Student Services class, the final synthesis paper. And like the collaborative team assignment that you're working on right now or that you just completed, it's worth 15 points. And I'm sure most of you are familiar with the term synthesis from Bloom's taxonomy of learning. And this is where you're going to review and integrate and synthesize all the course components into a summary of what you learned throughout this 15-week long course, okay? Um, this is where you need to show me critical thinking, that you've done the readings, you've read the postings, you've looked at the textbooks, and we're going to now demonstrate the things that you've learned and that you've mastered in terms of the outcomes for this course. So if you pull up the course syllabus, there's two major components of this paper, and this paper should be at least 6 to 8 pages of length in terms of content information. So we need to follow the parameters of this course. You need to also use at least six, you can certainly use more current references or books, and that's including the course textbooks, which still must be utilized, but do not count other textbooks from other official doctoral courses or other higher ed courses, all right? So you can also use personal communication from your first assignment, the two interviews that you did. But essentially, what I want you to do is you're going to divide this paper up into two components. You're going to have an introduction and you're going to have a conclusion. But if you look at part 1 and part 2, they're each worth 35% equally. And they should be about the same length. Don't have one about 5 pages in length and the other one only 1 page in length. You should give them equal attention, all right? So the first part is to reflect on student services practice and link it to higher education, not just your setting, your particular college or university, but all colleges and universities, higher ed in general, post-secondary education. But certainly reflect on student services practice. Now the second part, and since its second part is called Personal Philosophy of Student Services Practice, I am going to allow you to use first person in this paper. So you can use I and me or my, for instance. But the synthesis part is now you're going to reflect, you're going to certainly mention those major traditional theories such as the developmental, psychosocial, cognitive, social identity, typology theory. And you're also going to look at those classical philosophies, whether or not you're a rationalist or empiricist or pragmatist or a postmodernist. But I want you to build upon some of those early classical philosophies and traditions as you espouse your own personal philosophy of student services. What do you hold sacred? Which model, which theory are you taking from one and building upon? So you want to maybe mention, for instance, you should all know who the father of adult education is, Malcolm Knowles, or you could build upon Vincent Tinto's theories, George Kuh's theories, any of those theories that you've been reading about in the two textbooks and in the readings, okay? So you build upon as you then culminate with your own personal philosophy. So those are the two parts of the paper, the reflection on student services as you're relating to it to all of higher education, what you've gleaned from the interviews assignments, from your second major assignment, your research paper, and also the team assignment that you've done to now apply all those things to higher education, and then end with your personal philosophy. Now, it goes without saying by now you need to pay attention to APA. So make sure you format your paper and it comports to how to use proper references and citations. And by now you know that I'm going to read your paper in terms of the written words. So make sure that you turn up your grammar checker settings if you haven't done that already, so that it's an error-free paper. This paper is worth 15 points, and you should do well if you follow those instructions. I also have a PowerPoint I'll load on the discussion board, if that will help, on the definition of synthesis and the noun synthesis, but the verb synthesize, etc. So good luck to everybody on this final paper. Make sure that you get it in on time, and hopefully you'll be able to write the 6 to 8 page paper without any problems. It should just pour out of you, having done the earlier assignments and all the reading. Good luck, everybody. Take care. If you need any help, feel free to contact me again through course message or through the 800 number. Bye-bye.